Okay, guys, so here's Pot versus Chipp. This will mostly help Pot players, but it might help a couple of you Chipp players. This is on the Bikin patch. So before test minutes come out, this is the patch. So if there are changes, I apologize. Some of this data might not be accurate, but hopefully this can help you anyway. The number one thing you need to know in this matchup is what to do against Chipp. What are you supposed to play like? Imagine Potemkin as a zoner when you're playing against Chipp. That is my biggest tip. Because what Chipps are going to do is they're going to try to waddle back and forth and get you to whiff something and then run in and get pressure, right? And a lot of times they'll just say, Hail Mary, I'm running in now. That's like the two situations they have. They will either wait for you to whiff, which is scary. They'll instantly dash in and try to get something, or they'll just dash and attack. Dash and attack, Hail Mary, is actually more popular than when they dash forward. Again, it's depending on person you're fighting, so you really have to read them. But from my experience, more Chipp players like to run Hail Mary on the ground than they like to do it in the sky. But you gotta look out for both. So Pot has a lot of tools to deal with these, right? You want to throw out quick pokes. There's one really cool thing about this matchup, though. When Chipp runs, he actually doesn't crouch low enough to not get hit by 5p. So I'll show you. A lot of times, most characters, you can't hit 5p on Potemkin, but against Chipp, you can. He's one of the few in the game that does not crouch low enough. So you can hit him with jab as he sprints. You guys don't know how much of a luxury that is. I would say, I don't know every character which you can and can't jab, but most characters in the game you cannot jab. So your fastest button, besides Pot Buster, is not useful. But against Chipp, it is. So essentially, when Chipps approach, you just want to stuff them. It's scary because, like I talk about, they're trying to make you whiff, but that's why you don't use that many punishable buttons in this matchup. Like against other, if you've seen some of my other matchup videos, I talked about like against Kai, you want to use 5H, against Mei, you want to use 5H, and these type of buttons, right? Against Chipp, you don't want to use those buttons because he will whiff punish. That is what they're looking out for, right? So what you want to throw out is 5p, 2p, and the one laggy or whatever recovery button you want to throw out is bar slash. Bar slash is slow, but the thing that's nice about it is they'll anti-air him and they'll stop his running up moves. So it doesn't matter if he's running on the ground or jumping in the air. I don't have a recording for the air, but you can imagine. It'll anti-air him, right? So yeah, essentially you want to get a hit, and then they're going to go into defense mode right after they get a hit. So you can do things like this. They run up, you hit that, then you just go into Pot Buster. I recommend jabbing twice. A lot of times they're pressing, what is it, crouching slash into fucking crouching heavy because it's a target combo, or a Gatling combo on whiff. So they'll be using that a lot. So throwing out 2 hits to interrupt both hits is very, very smart. I would say 2K is also good here. But because the instant air dash, 2K is a little bit more risky. But you can throw out 2K into this. I'll throw out sweep sometimes. Again, risky, but you can if you think they're going to approach like this. But I would stick the main ones, 5P, 2P, 5S. Okay, so they're usually going to hit you twice and then cross you up like that or something like that, right? They do it all the time. And they'll catch you stupid if you're not thinking about it. So always think about they're going to cross you up. So I would recommend the safest option is just to block it. Now, after you block it, if you successfully block it, you don't really get a punish on it, right? There isn't really like, oh my god, that's a lot of damage punish. But what I recommend you do is just throw out a standing slash. Because depending on the range, you might get close slash if they do it from really far away, which is really good for you. But usually they'll try to attack again. Chips players don't know if you're going to block it or not, so they instantly try to go for their setup. So a lot of times when you block this, I actually didn't know I could do that. I just learned that. When you block this, yeah, you can just fucking press that. It'll usually catch them out. They might backdash it. They could potentially whiff punish you, but most Chipp players aren't going to do that. So I recommend just throwing out this right after it. And then, hey, even if they just block it, you're back to neutral where you want to be. And then, same thing, you can anti with that. I will say they do jump D right after. You will get stuffed if you get close slash. That's very unfortunate. Oh, I didn't block it that time. But you'll get far slash occasionally there, especially like air dash backwards or jump backwards after it. So same scenario, that's why I press it, because of that. And also, if you do hit the close slash there, you get a big fucking combo if they didn't do jump D. Jump D, I think, is the only one that actually stuffs you there. So yeah, if they know that, then I'd start being scared. But hey, most Chip players don't know that. So I recommend just pressing slash afterwards. If you get punished for it once, start rethinking your life. Blocking's always good, you know? At the end of the day, the least risky thing is just to block. The other option they can do is command grab. That's another thing we talked about. So Chipp's command grab, like if you press this, as you see, you could interrupt it, but I don't recommend you ever start mashing slash. Just know that is an option. You can interrupt his command grab. No one does it though because it's scary, because you're scared of the other two options. But what that shows you is you have a lot of time to jump that command grab. It is hard as fuck to react to because he disappears. But that's the thing you need to understand. Once he disappears, you're fucked. If you're reacting when he's not on screen, you're dead. You want to react to his little pop down then up thing. When he's lifting himself up, that's when you want to react. Definitely go into training mode, practice this a little bit just to recognize when he's doing that. It seems like a really fast fucking command grab until you lab it like that. Because look, I guess I tried to delay it again, but you have a lot of time. You have a lot of fucking time to react to this shit. But with pot, you have two really good options. So one, you can back Mega Fist, you get a full combo, so that's really fucking good. And if not, if you're already jumping, pot also has a good tool for it. So if you jump normally, you can do jump D. Now, as you saw, he blocked at that time, but you definitely can. And you get a combo after as well. So pot has two good answers for jump D. That's a blessing. Most characters actually don't have a good option for when they do command grab. Guys, don't do this, but it's cool, so I'll show you. You can heavily Potemkin buster it. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna talk about Rekkas. Rekkas are very weird because it's more relying on what the Chipp player likes to do. You kind of want to read their habits and then do what you think is right or according to what they like to do. So off Rekka 1, you don't get anything. Yeah, you don't really get anything. You can just block it if you're really ballsy and try to like keep them next to you. But hey, you might have to block two more and they can change the timing. So it's scary, but you can just block them. Don't recommend necessarily. So I would just block it. If they get that one, just wait to see a delay. Throw out 2P if they delayed it enough. If they, again, this is habit. So if they like to like do it once then backdash, you could wait a second and throw 5H out. It'll catch the backdash. Something like that. But normally risk reward, just sit there and block it, reset to neutral. You can back up a little bit to try to see a whiff, then with punish with sweep or something like that. It's kind of like just a reset to neutral thing where he's slightly disadvantaged. So usually 2P. Then we got two Rekkas. They are always going to frame trap the second Rekka, right? So if you're mashing, you're going to get caught. It's not a good time, right? But because they frame trap it, there's counterplay to it. So after blocking Rekka 1, you can backdash. I made sure this is as tight as possible. So I might fuck up a little bit, but yeah, you can backdash command grab. It's not real. As you see, it did not say punish. It is not real. But you can backdash it, right? In some situations, they don't have it airtight like I recorded it. You can back Mega Fist. It's scary to go for back Mega Fist, though, because Chipps are usually most good Chipp players want you to back Mega Fist. Almost all their labbing time against Potemkin is how to punish back Mega Fist. I don't know why Chipp players lab it more than other characters, but they do. So, my warning from playing some really good Chipps, back Mega Fist can be scary, but you also need to use it or they're not scared of it. Using back Mega Fist as matchups useful. We'll go over it more later, but yeah. But yeah, you can backdash, go into command grab, backdash, just throw out a fast poke, something like that. So just know that, but also they could delay it more. There's a lot of maybes, ifs, and buts or when they Rekka. At the end of the day, just blocking it safe. Going for a little poke afterwards, you know, never hurt nobody. Yeah, they usually backdash. I want to stress that enough. After all their Rekkas, they normally backdash, so 5H works a lot for me. Chips love to backdash after stuff, so I throw out 5H. That's the only time I really use 5H in the matchup, is to try to catch backdashes. It's not too reliant. It might catch them if they jump, because they're near you, and the upper arm has a hitbox. So, still risky, but hey, it can catch 2 options, so fuck them if they jump forward. 'Cause some of them do jump forward a lot right after they do shit. It's like backdash or jump forward. And then we have all the Rekkas, right? So if you guys don't know, the last Rekka is an overhead. I think everyone knows that if you're watching a guide for it. Just know it's an overhead. Same scenario. So one, let me show that. If they mess with the timing, you can back Mega Fist. I was talking about that a second ago. But same thing here. You can back Mega Fist that too. So if they fuck up the timing on the Rekka, the second Rekka, you can back Mega Fist to get a counter hit. On the last one, you'll get a counter hit, but you get a little pop up. So you can go into that shit, which is nice. Yeah, but also, if you're not gonna do that, I just recommend blocking it. It's not the safest thing in the world. You can punish it with a pop buster, but they usually don't go for the overhead unless they have a bar meter. So if they have a bar meter, expect the overhead more. Just a quick tip. They usually won't do it. So look for meter when you're getting Rekka'd. They have a bar, expect the overhead so they can stay in. Because after the Rekka, they can mix you up with a high-low mix-up with an RC. So they RC it, they're in the air. They will either pretend to attack, then land into a low, or actually attack you in the air right before they land and hit you with an overhead. So just something to note. So what I'm trying to say is that if you see him with a bar, this is a way better option. That's all I'm trying to say. I'm going to give you guys the biggest pro tip in this matchup. You might not believe it, but I feel this way. Being in the corner against Chipp is actually pretty nice. Because it takes away... He can push you out of the corner. I will say that. Do not think he won't push you out of the corner. But Chipp players, when they have you in the corner, they want to jump a lot more. Pot 6P is one of the better 6Ps because of the active frames. If he's above you, your 6P is wonderful. They try to dive bomb you, jump 2K you, he can't cross up anymore. So your 6P will still hit, right? It is actually a really good spot to be in the corner against Chipp. Sure, you're scared about him breaking wall. He has better route to combos. He can do his fancy little wall combo. You don't have to block mix-ups as hard. The only thing you have to block is him pushing out of the corner by switching sides and jumping off the wall. Or, that's about it. And for some reason, Chipp players like to command grab a lot more when you're in the corner. So as I showed you a second ago, you can use those other tools very well. I will show you something else Chipp players do when they have you in the corner a lot more than they do in neutral. So if they got you in the corner, they're usually going to do this, right? Chipp players love to do this. By the way, if you did not know, this is a Gatling that they can do on whiff. This is 2S, this is 2H. It's just a Gatling that works on whiff. I think that's one. That may be the only Gatling they can do on whiff in the game. But yeah, so they will use that a lot after any pressure. They love to do it. Now, the reason I'm bringing it up is because they can get this hit when you back Mega Fist. So it'll usually trade, and on counter hit, they get a combo off of it. But they don't get too much damage normally. So having the trade ain't that bad, especially with how much life Chipp has. But just know, against Pot, they love this option because it will catch back Mega Fist. Also, if you see a Chipp player jump 2K a lot, start back Mega Fisting less, because that means they've labbed this matchup and they're looking for you to back Mega Fist, because they get a full combo. So let's say they do a string, right? Let's say they do how do you Rekka? There you go. Let's say they do this, right? And then they do this right after. They're literally fishing for back Mega Fists. So don't go for them as much. But that's what I'm talking about. When you're in the corner, Chipp players will jump a lot more. Because they're looking for back Mega Fist, they're trying to do their mix-ups. So your 6P should be loaded on deck. Get ready to 6P. They might go up here, do this. You know, just get ready to 6P. And also, pro tip, if a Chipp player jumps once, anti-air with 6P. If a Chipp player jumps twice, they're going for this. Anti-air with 2H. 2H actually has a hitbox that goes a little bit behind Potemkin, or at least it feels like it to me. But it works because you'll hit them higher up, so that they'll try to hit your back a little bit to make it safer, because it gives the momentum away from you instead of towards you. Because when they do it this way, it's going towards you so they can get punished or something for it. This way, it makes it safer and they're going away from you. So yeah, 2H if you see a double jump or more, because they're probably doing this. One jump 6P, second jump, keep that 2H ready. And you get, as if you haven't labbed your 2H combos, Potemkin has some big damage 2H combos. And because they're going for this, you'll get a counter hit. So just keep that in mind. One jump 6P, so you see this, 6P it, right? If you see this, 2H it. Also, I forgot to mention this earlier, so I'll put it in now. Throwing out random Kara Heat Knuckles is great in this matchup, because if you don't know, Chipp players love to jump. Kara Heat Knuckle is one of those things with pot you just need to have on deck. If you haven't started using Kara Heat Knuckle, use it. If you watch any of my tournament matches, insert clip here. If you haven't seen any of my tournament matches, I go for this all the time, and I grab people from ridiculous lengths. From here, they jump, I grab them because they try to jump forward, right? And it's not that risky. Recovery on Heat Knuckle is very fast. So against Chipp, throw this out. They can whiff punish it. They can. I'm not going to lie to you. But hey, it's a lot safer than throwing out this or this or this on whiff punish. This is how you should use your meter in this matchup. It's very important. Honestly, you can use it to extend combos and if you're going to kill. But when they have burst up, I really wouldn't use your meter on doing damage. So, like, if you Potemkin Buster, if they have a burst, don't go for this. Like, sure, it almost kills them. That's hype. But what's much better is doing this and then just getting close. And then, hey, if they backdash, then you do another one. You want to just keep pressure up. So you want to use your mirror to keep pressure or yellow RC. If your problem against Chipp is getting pressured, they're on top of you 24/7, yellow RC is very useful. A lot of people don't use it. Now, again, yellow RC is a risk. Yellow RC, if they are ready for yellow RC, they can block and get a full counter hit punish on you. But yeah, if that is what you're scared of, is them just walking on top of you, yellow RC. So those are the two uses for meter. Keep pressure. You want to keep going. Just keep your pressure up. Hit them with that mix. Yeah. There's another thing Chipp players do that's really fucking scary. Chipp players in neutral, if they have a bar, they love doing this. They will run up DP RC all day. So kind of like Qeuw with a bar, Soul with a bar. They want to do these committal get-in options. Chipp players will run up DP because one, like we talked about, your neutral is mostly consisting of this, this, and this. So if I'm trying to do this, but yeah, they like to run up and then DP a lot with a bar. So what you can do is nothing. that is the honest truth. I was gonna say backdash, but I remember that's like you shouldn't try it. It will lessen their punish, but still, like, hey, it's not that good. But yeah, if you have enough health, you have a huge life lead. Honestly, backdashing at last second, it's kind of like backdashing Garuda. You still get hit, but you don't have to deal with the shit afterwards. But yeah, you want to make sure you late backdash so only one hit gets you like that. It kind of fucks them up. It's great. But yeah, normally just be careful of that if they have a bar. My biggest tip, if you think they have a bar and they're going to run up DP, if they've shown that they want to do it, sweeping them before they ever get close enough is good, but that's a huge risk. You just have to respect them doing it. Obviously, you can punish DP, so they do it. Sometimes they'll do it without DP. You can always just do... Oops. You'd always just do Pot Buster if they have burst. That's one of the best things about pot, is Pot Bustering people without burst. Besides that, just go for, like... Let me do the combo. You can do this shit. That shit's probably one of the most optimal things you can do. Yeah. Pretty good. But yeah. So Pot Buster if they have burst. Just do that if they don't have burst. I want to stress this enough. This guide will not teach you how to deal with every Chipp player because a lot of Chipps play differently. They do different mix-ups. So it's on you to really analyze what they're doing and figure out their habits. But just know you have to take pressure. You have to be patient. Pretty much how I think of it, like I talked about how to counter all those like 2 hits into cross up, overhead, or command grab Rekkas. How you mostly want to think about is it's your turn after they commit to the special move. After they commit to the special move, then it's your turn. Until then, just sit there and block. They will sometimes do 5K in a run-up grab or 5P in a run-up grab. So if you get hit by either of those, they might go in. A common thing that Chipps will do is this. They love doing this shit for pressure because it's like, oh, am I going to grab or am I going to do another kick? You just got to be patient, really just like wait for them to try to change it up. And then what's even better, this is a tip for Chipp players, this shit is so good. Having a dash macro and just pressing dash jab is so good because it's only like -1, I think. -1 and it's 3 frames, so it's essentially plus. Essentially, it's +1, you know what I'm saying? Because it's 4 frames. So just being able to throw this out, little dash jabs, really fucking good. So yeah, if you see this, just expect them to either try to catch you out, try to hit something big, or grab. Most only really good Chipp players are going to be doing this. It's really scary. I say this all the time. The only Chipp players I'm scared against are the ones that do this. If they don't do that, I'm not scared of them. So that's a pro tip for Chipp players. Because they can also like go into a combo out of their jab, right? So they could hit this and like go into something, hit confirm with 2 jabs. It's scary stuff. It's scary stuff. So if they do this super then on a bar, just wait till the end. You can punish with anything, really. If you have a bar, it's just smart to punish with this. That's probably the most optimal shit if you have bar. If not, just punish the normal, typical punish. They have burst, punish with Pop Buster. We already talked about that. Then there's the other super. So with this super, you want to block it. After you block the first hit, start charging the other way. Right? So block it this way, start charging the other way, then you can hammer fall, get a punish. You have a bar, you can go for more. If you don't have a bar, hey, at least take it. You can probably also make a fist, but it's scary since you can accidentally jump too early and get hit by that. So that's why I kind of stay away from Mega Fist to punish it. Mega Fist is more optimal, but there's a lot more room for error. So Kara Mega Fist, you can just do it twice. If you get the, yeah, you can get the air hit, do it twice, but again, scary. Yeah, there we go. So you can do that. That's more optimal. But I recommend, guys, just use hammer fall. You can go into a combo afterwards if you want to, you know. But yeah, you're not going to get an amazing punish off of it, but at least it's something. You don't want to let him go away for free. All right, peeps. If there's stuff you guys know that I didn't comment on, just leave it down in the description. Help people out. If you want to check out more guides, they'll be in the bio with a playlist, or after I'm done talking, the playlist will pop up on screen. And just a reminder, this is on the patch before Testament, so the Potemkin patch. So if there's any changes in the future, it's not my fault. It's your fault for watching an old video, idiot. All right, have a good one.